Good morning, my name is Sixolile Mboza and welcome to GMNC on Tuesday, the 14th of September 2021. Before we start, I just want to thank Performance Coffee, authorized dealer for Jura machines and Austral coffee as our morning show coffee sponsors. On our lineup this morning includes our regular inspiration slot, and today we have Prathisha Singh taking up the seat opposite me. We welcome back Lance traveler Leticia to the show, and today we get to hear about one of her road tales, and we're heading to Egypt for this one. Ladies and gents, do you have some winter rolls to get rid of? Well, Karen Landman from Secrets Health, Beauty and Day Spa is in studio today to chat about slimming options available to us at her spa. So stay tuned for that. I'm actually looking forward to that as well. So Ballito TV is proud broadcasting sponsor for Miss Ballito, and this morning we bring you the highlights package from the Shaman's boat trip. And up next is Heili and Deon will bring us the weather and surf report, and the show ends off with a music video from Qadasi and Maqhinga. It's kids time after GMNC with Laugh Out Larry. But without further ado, Prathisha, hello girl.
Hey Sai, thanks for having me here again.
How are you?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. So what are we doing today? Because I know you're very active.
So today we're going to start off with a little bit of a wake-up exercise. So if we can get everybody standing up and getting ready to do the wake-up exercise.
Okay.
Let's go. So
just imagine me standing.
Okay. I will. It's nothing too fancy, and anybody and everybody can do it, whether you're 5 or 65. So yeah. We're going to just bounce on our toes. Everybody, let's get our energy going. We're going to bounce on our toes just for a bit. And then we're just going to shake it off. So we're shaking off all the negative energy that we may have picked up through the legs, hands, shaking it off.
Yes.
And then the thymus point that I always talk about, we're doing a King Kong move. So I have a mic on, so I was told to hang off, okay?
Also
you also saw it?
Yeah.
So we're doing a King Kong move, guys. Let's do our King Kong move. And then I just want you to do the bottom of the spine. We want to get the cerebral brain fluid going from there. So, is everybody feeling awake, alert, and alive this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I love that.
So now let's get on to the serious stuff.
Okay.
So, the number one biggest happiness question is, are you a victim or are you a victor?
Ooh.
Yeah, deep stuff, right? So, being a victim is characterized by blaming. So when we blame the economy, the country, our parents.
COVID-19.
COVID-19, that's a common one nowadays, right? That's when we're blaming. When we are shaming, we are blaming ourselves. So I'm not good enough. I don't have enough time. There's too few hours in a day.
I'm not drinking enough water.
I'm not drinking enough water. And the last one is complaining, and that's everybody's favorite, right? I know I had a good complaint all the way the drive here because I'm like, it's so hot and it's humid and I'm going to be shiny, and I probably am. So that's the characteristics of being a victim. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay. So there's this guy, and he starts a new job in the construction industry. So he comes to work and does all his work and whatever, and it comes to lunchtime, and he's sitting there with his buddies, right? So everybody takes out their lunch, and he opens his, and he goes, oh, peanut butter, I hate peanut butter.
Yeah.
So anyway, the buddies carry on along. The next day comes, same story, he sits there for lunch again, opens up his lunch, he goes, peanut butter again, I hate peanut butter. So everyone's like, what's wrong with this guy? So come about a week later, and it's the Monday now, and so everybody again does their work, sits for lunch, opens up his lunch, peanut butter, it's Monday, and I got peanut butter again. I hate peanut butter. Eventually, the one guy's had enough. He says to him, listen, bud, if you don't like peanut butter, can you ask your wife to bring you something else for lunch, make you something else? He goes, wife? What are you talking about? I'm not married. I make my own lunch.
That's a good one.
So that's how we sometimes do it to ourselves.
Yeah,
we
truly.
put ourselves in the role of being a victim or a victor or whatever it is. So let's play a little game, because I always say awareness is key, right? So Sai and I are going to play, and you play along if you're at home as well. So something I blame about, and then you're going to have a turn, okay? So something I blame about is COVID-19, because I can't have as many workshops live as I'd like to. So something I blame about is?
The departments for not paying me on time. Department of Labor, sorry.
Okay, so something I shame myself is I don't get enough done as per my to-do list every day.
Well, I shame myself for not even going to the gym. I think about it, but that should be enough, isn't it? Isn't it?
Unless you have great manifesting powers, no, you have to take that action.
Eish.
Okay, and something I complain about is, well, the humidity in Ballito and Durban and KZN. That's a big one for me.
If it moves, I complain about it. Anything and everything. Everything. I'm complaining right now in my heart and you can't hear it.
So catch yourself today with your blaming, shaming, and complaining.
Yeah.
And I have a little game that we're going to talk about just
Okay.
now. But before we get to that, this is the most important one.
Yeah.
If I were to take a bit more responsibility for my own happiness, I would. So for me, I would wake up at 5 a.m. every day to give me that power hour to do my stuff.
Sure.
What would you do?
Well, complain less maybe.
That's a good one, but we're going to get to that one. So.
Yeah, so, I have nothing, eh? I'm done for the day.
So think about what you're going to do to take a bit more responsibility for your own happiness today, and then you can fill that sentence in.
Yeah.
Now, I have another game, which is called the blame, shame, and complain game, which you can play with yourself. You have a kid also, right?
Yes.
With your kids, your families, anybody, work colleagues, whoever it is. And as you catch yourself blaming, shaming, or complaining, you get a point for the day.
Okay.
Or if you're at work, and if you got extra money, you put in a R5 in a jar every time you blame, shame, or complain. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
On the Friday, you're not allowed to buy wine or beer or anything fun.
Wow, chocolate.
You have to use it on your local charity, not even chocolate.
Sure.
Okay, so that we get everyone stopping this blaming, shaming, complaining.
Oh, I get
Because when you
you.
stop the blaming, shaming, complaining, you take more responsibility for your life.
That's true.
So that is my short and sweet message for today.
And I like that because you know what? There's nothing that sets a person in the right mindset than actually taking money out of the pocket and putting it in a jar. I'm
telling you, that'll stop that.
And I love that because at the end of the day, you know that, hey, you're thinking, I want to buy this, but I'm blaming, should I blame or should I, you know? So I love the way that you're very interactive with what you're talking about, and your things are always practical and easy to do. And as I love the fact that it's also from the young ages to the old ages, so it's beneficial for everybody at home, for the whole family. Well, folks, there you have it. Thank you very much, sweetheart, for coming through. It's always a pleasure, and you're making us jump. I feel fresh, a little bit alive. So
Okay,
thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Coming through. Well, folks, there you have it. Put that money in the jar and save it for Sai. It's all good. But coming up next after the ad break, we have a good friend of mine, Leticia Cox, who is Lens Traveler. Guys, Leticia is Lens Traveler. Just wanted to let you guys know. She's going to be talking about her road tales, and we're going to Egypt. I'm very excited after this.
Freshly ground, not capsuled. Coffee pleasure from Europe.
Welcome back to GMNC, and as promised, we have my good friend Leticia. Leticia, girl, how are you?
Good morning. How are you? Good. I'm fine. I just been traveling again.
Again, you've been traveling, and we missed you last week. I was like, the studio is so quiet without you.
Aww. You guys too.
So, okay, girl, I know you've traveled the world, and I'm so envious of that. And you know, I always tell you that, oh, why didn't you take me with you? But the trip to Egypt was more of a personal trip, right?
Yes.
So, can you tell us more about your trip when you went to Egypt, what you got up to, you know, how it was? Because I know the people there are very cultural.
Yeah, no, well, actually, my trip to Egypt was actually my first one as a lanes traveler.
Oh, yeah.
I have a friend of mine, she works in the travel industry, and she basically puts packages together and then she sells it to the travel agency.
Okay.
So it's, and she was about to retire, and she said, well, I can help you. I said, well, what do you mean? I said, well, maybe just pick, she's very known for Egypt, so she's very like, she's done a lot of offers and packages in Egypt. So, well, you can do something different, and we can use your content.
Wow.
So she could put me in touch, and I got a special deal. So that's what I did. And the first thing I did for Egypt was to get myself, we call it a fixer. Because as a solo traveler and also a photographer, I carry gear, and I had quite, Egypt until then, it was in 2018 when I went, still there was a lot of bad news on Egypt, because there was a lot of terrorist attacks, and so it kind of lost, it's such a beautiful country, and there was the travel industry was actually suffering from all those attacks. So we need to find something that refreshing, make people go back to see this beautiful country. So, okay, so fair enough. And so I got everything set up, and I got myself a fixer. So I could go and take pictures to places, so I could get enough content that it was not the usual one. So I arrived in Egypt, and I was very early. I was 6 o'clock at my hotel. I'm thinking, well, I have to wait for my fixer. And I'm thinking, no, well, let's just take my one camera and just walk outside my hotel to see what's up there. And it's a city never sleeps in Cairo. It's like full on the whole 24 hours.
Wow.
And the first thing I noticed, actually, was driving from the airport, was like, it's a chaos of unbelievable traffic. It's like camels, tuk-tuks, bikes, very, very daring pedestrians. Everything is just happening, and there's no accidents.
And the funny thing is that when I was reading your story, you said that there's less robots, but everybody knows what they need to do. You know, between the camels and the pedestrians and everybody goes in a sequence.
It's amazing. It's like one of those. The maneuver is like unspoken traffic rules. So you are coming from the airport, and it's like, am I going to make it to my hotel? Anyway, so I went and I started walking the streets, and I was in the main of Cairo, and I don't know, I took a pic of one of the side streets, and I saw two men in a little table having their tea, and they kind of wave, and I wave and say hi. So they kind of invited me, so I couldn't say no. So and they said to me, yeah, sit down for a cup. I was looking for coffee.
That's what I was going to say, that I've never heard you talk about tea.
No. So I was, okay, you need to work out. So let me just find the Egyptian coffee, you know, just get a coffee somewhere. And there's two men, very kind. They said, so the next thing I know is I'm getting poured tea, and you need to sit down. Okay. So it was very hard, because it was, one of them was a lawyer, told me he was a lawyer, could speak quite good English. And then the other one was a old gentleman, and couldn't really speak English. He looked at me and says to me, I'm a very well-known actor. And I'm thinking to myself, you're right. You know, I just, you know, you're in the middle of the, on the side street, but anyway. So I mean, the tea was hot, so I have to stay there for a while. And it was so fun, because it was a broken English, signs, you know, and after that I had my tea, so no coffee after all. I left, and I started walking, and then I met my my fixer, and I took a selfie with this man who claims to be a famous actor. And he said, and my Mr. Time, that was his name, the fixer said, no, he's a comedian. He's actually well known, and he does all this series. And I thought, oh my goodness, that was funny.
And that has happened to you a lot.
I don't know what I get into. But that was, and I carried that photo everywhere I went to Egypt, because I went, so I basically visited three big cities. There was Cairo, then I went to Aswan, and then from Aswan I took a road trip into Luxor, and then again into Cairo. So, and everywhere I went and I met somebody from Egypt, I went, just to confirm, and everybody's, it's like, yeah, he's a famous actor. I'm like, okay, I should have taken his autograph.
I won't lie to you, when I heard a story like you're going to talk about Egypt, the first thing that clicked was the pyramids.
Yes. So
I want to talk about the pyramids. I want to talk about the camel ride. Take me there.
Yeah, you have to. So,
Yeah.
so basically, I talked to my my fixer, Mr. Timer. Said, look, I don't want to do like the very touristic. I mean, yes, touristic, of course, but I want to give some extra content to people to come to Egypt. So we went, of course, we went to the side of the pyramids and the Great Pyramid. And it's just, when you're there, you just, no matter how many movies you see in pictures, is beautiful. It's a nice place to go.
Yeah.
So I met a group of camel handlers, if you want to call that. And I was chatting with them. I said, look, because of course they want you to right away be a tourist and take a camel ride. But I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And it was hot. So for a long, I chatted with them for a while. And one of them, Tarif, says to me, do you want something special? I'm thinking, I wanted to show something that's not really, seen on the magazines.
Of course,
And so, okay, I'll meet you at 5 o'clock, so and so and so. And I looked at my fixer, and he's looking at me going, oh. And I'm like, well, but now we know each other, so you know where he is. So I'm sure I'll be safe. So fair enough. On that day, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I met Mr. Tarif in the middle of the Cairo's main street, and he showed up with 2 camels. Wow. This is in the middle of the trap. I'm like, okay, what am I getting into? So I thought we were just going to go somewhere by car and then, so get on. I'm like, get on. Okay, there I am, getting into a camel in the middle of the street with all this traffic going.
Yeah.
We actually rode for about 15 minutes. And I promise you, I done horse riding, and no, there's a completely different ballgame here. I mean, it's like, okay. So, and after 15 minutes, we finally got into the desert, which I thought that was going to get easier. No, it didn't. And there I go with a completely stranger, and me with on my own camel following his camel. So my camel was called Daisy, and his was called Mikey. Okay. And so we have actually... We rode for a bit, I don't know, for about an hour and a half, because this is slow. After we got to the top of one of the, in the desert, and there was a man also having tea with a little camper. And we stood there and we waited for the sun to set. Yeah. And the reason why he took me there is because from that point of view, you could see the pyramids. And at nighttime, they light them up. Yeah. So they get this beautiful sunset and lights coming through those pyramids. Is one of those lifetime things that you got to do. And I was blown away. But before that, we have to also sit down again, having some tea. Now there were 2 strangers. And I was just there on my own. And I mean, this happens very quickly.
That's what I wanted to talk about. So you went to Egypt for something else, and then you ended up doing something else. But as a person that went on your own as a female, what did you learn? What were the most important things before we actually go into the break? Yeah.
No, I mean, like I said, people, I want to encourage women, especially women, to travel. There is some places that are more, well, I'm going to say dangerous, that you have to be aware of being a solo female traveler, especially with cameras. Sure. But I found that when you go with a good vibe, and like I said, a smile will open you doors, and have the instinct to say, no, okay, this is not a place where I should go further. And like I say, I had a contact. He was not always with me, my fixer, but he will be telling me, okay, don't go to that street, or stick to that, or I will take you there. So you have to have a contact in the country where you're going.
So if people want to know more about your stories, I know we're running out of time. If people want to know more about the stories, can you tell them more about your socials?
So I have a new website. Well, it's still the same name, but it's now been updated, and it's lenstraveler.net. And then, and Instagram is lens.traveler, and Facebook is also Lens Traveler. So, if you want to see what I'm up to almost every week, you can check my social media. Well,
thank you very much, Leticia Cox, folks. And we had another story that we wanted to talk about, but we couldn't talk about it. But it's important when you go somewhere, anywhere in the world, to make sure that you've got all the necessary things that you might need. Wink, wink, hint, hint. After the break, we're going to be speaking to Karen Landman, who's going to be talking to us about this beautiful machine that she's got in the shop. It's very interesting. I call it beautiful because I know I need it after the break.
By Ballito Gas and Braai fokus ons op ons kliënte. Vriendelike en doeltreffende diens is wat ons anders maak. Ons werk as 'n span met integriteit en deursigtigheid. Hier bied ons kliënte 'n onvergeetlike ervaring en werk ons met die beste belang van ons kliënt. Ons lewer nie net produkte aan ons kliënte nie, ons lewer ook 'n volledige diens, insluitend onderdele en tegniese ondersteuning.
Welcome back. And as promised, we have Karen Landman from Secret Health, Beauty and Day Spa. Girl, hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, good. It's a welcome back kind of situation.
Oh, I love being here. It's like one of my favorite places to be.
Oh man, cool. So tell me, because Mina, I don't know, where are you guys located? Where's your spa?
We are at Relax Inn, which is close to on Main, the restaurant, and Soul Cafe, and some beauty gates. So we that side of Ballito, the Sharkas Rock side. Yeah.
Perfect. So tell me about this machine. You know, I'm so excited about it because I know I'm going to use it one of the days. The slimming toning machine. So yeah, tell us more about it.
Yeah, so it's called the EMS machine.
Okay.
It stands for electric. It's for electrotherapy muscle stimulation.
Okay.
So what it basically does is you put it on. It's 24 different pads. You put it on different areas of your body.
Yeah.
So some people prefer to have it on their arms well. So you can have it on your arms, on your stomach, on your.
I'll put it on my stomach.
Yeah, on the sides of your legs, the inside of your legs,
Yeah.
wherever you feel you need to lose a few centimeters.
Okay.
And then that stimulates the muscles, which helps with weight loss. It helps with blood flow.
Oh, yeah.
It helps with water retention. So that's amazing to see all the benefits this machine has. And you can target certain areas of your body. So it's not just, you know, you're going to the gym and, you know, I'm not a gym person, so I actually love this machine. And I know which areas of my body I can target.
Yeah.
And it's amazing to see the results. You know, we have so many clients coming in. After each session, we do measure the clients, and you actually see the centimeters that they lose.
Wow.
Yeah, so that is amazing. They also, you know, get rid of their cellulite. So for me, that's one of the big things, you know,
because everybody at home is like,
yeah. So that's quite, you know, a nice thing to do because I think most women battle with cellulite, and it's quite difficult to get rid of that.
Yeah. 100%. So if, for instance, I was looking to lose a couple centimeters on my tummy, right? How many sessions would that take me more or less? Because I know it's very hard to guess, but just an estimation so that I know how many visits I'm going to come to your place.
So most clients first want to try it out, and then they book one session. You know, in one session, you can see there's like a centimeter or two that you lose. But obviously that's not enough, you know. So they try out the one session, they love it so much, and then they book for 10 sessions, which is normally very, very nice to do those 10 sessions and see the results after the 10 sessions. Wow. So I normally recommend 10 sessions. We've got clients that love this machine so much that they book another 10, you know, because they can see the difference that it makes to their bodies. So I would suggest normally between, I would say, 5 to 10 sessions, you will actually see your muscles getting tighter and firmer, and you can see the cellulite, you know, sort of disappearing. But to get the best results, I always say 10 sessions is best.
100%. I'll just bring a blanket, you know, and just settle in a bed and be like chilling there. I'll do that.
Yeah.
But I know, but you offer other services as well.
Yes.
So what services do you guys offer there?
So we also, in conjunction with this machine, what a lot of our clients do is they also book the tan can, which is quite nice. They can stand in the tan can and get an instant tan. It's also about 3 to 5 sessions.
Okay.
So it's a more healthier, you know, way of, if you can't get into the sun, or recently we had so many days that was overcast and raining, we've got brides and people that come and, you know, just want that quick tan without going into the sun, which is also quite nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and you just mentioned about lying under a blanket and settling in while on the machine, and that's actually what we do.
Oh.
So yeah, we've got heat pads as well that we use in conjunction with the machine. So we wrap you in a nice heat blanket, and you lie under blankets. A lot of our clients come and they bring their laptops or their phones, and they actually lie there and they work, you know. So they use those 45 minutes on the machine to still be productive while losing weight. So that is amazing to see. Yeah, I'm so there. Yeah. So yeah, and it's also nice because you don't, I mean, gym is good for all of us. I do agree. And we all have to live a healthy lifestyle. We have to eat healthy foods. Yeah. You can't just come and lie on the machine and think, you know, this is a magical cure and I'm just going to go home and eat pizzas and drink wine. You must still adjust the way that you eat. But when you are on the machine for 30 minutes, it equals to 600 squats, 600 push-ups, and 600 pull-ups for those 30 minutes. So that is quite nice to know. It's an interesting fact.
It's very interesting.
And it's also, we've got a lot of pregnant, or lots of ladies that just had their babies.
Of course.
And they, you know, they battle to get rid of that last bit of weight that they gained during the pregnancy. So it's nice for them to come and lie, and they bring their babies with the babies next to the bed, you know, and then we put the machine on them and they feel like it's a safe environment to come and lose weight.
Wow. Okay, I know that you also sell products at your shop.
Yes.
So what type of products do you actually have?
We mainly focus on skincare products. We've got different brands that we use for our facials, and when clients come for facials, they do actually, you know, continue with their home care. So then they purchase the facial products from us. And we also have like self-tan solutions. We've got magic toothpaste. We've got like everything.
The teeth whitening toothpaste.
Yeah, we also do teeth whitening, and then we also have the teeth whitening toothpaste.
Wow, you guys have got everything. Guys, we need to get there. We need to go there. So if anyone wants to make an appointment, is there a number? Or if they want to know more about your business, what are your socials?
We are at Secrets Beauty Spa on our Instagram, and Secrets Health Beauty and Day Spa on Facebook. Yeah. And then we also have an app where people can just book online. And most of our clients do that. They just go onto the app, they just log in and they book online, which is quite nice because then they can see all the different treatments and services that we do offer.
Wow, fantastic. You will definitely be seeing me there very, very soon. Well, thank you very much, Karen, for coming through.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure to see you because we've never actually sat down together, so I just feel like I know you already.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
100%. Well, after the break, we're going to be speaking to Lynette Pretorius from Austral Accounting. You know we're going to be talking about tax. Don't run away, guys, after the break.
Have you heard about Finlay Fuel's program that empowers your small business or your family through a cashback benefit on your monthly fuel spend? I'm excited to tell you that no matter what the size of your small business fleet or the number of cars in your family, all you need to do is simply refuel your vehicle at participating BP service stations countrywide, and the saving of 70 cents per litre on diesel and 13 cents per litre on petrol can be yours. There are no credit checks because the program follows a prepaid model. And voila! Let me show you how easy it is. To sign up, visit www.finlayfuel.co.za. Upon completion of your sign-up, you will receive an SMS notification confirming your membership. Arrive at the BP forecourt, identify yourself as a Finlay Fuel client. Enter your secure PIN into the terminal handed to you by the attendant. The attendant will scan your BP Fleet Move tag and a pre-authorization slip will be issued. Fuel will then be dispensed, and a real-time SMS notification will be sent to you confirming the transaction. And off you go.
At 1018 Skryfbehoeftes Ballito, we offer an array of convenience services for our clients. Our friendly team will take care of your orders, from picking to packing and arranging them for your office. We offer delivery to businesses along the North Coast to Richards Bay to help you save even more time. Proudly Ballito.
Welcome back. My name is Sixolile Mboza and I will be with you until 7 o'clock. And as promised, we have Lynette from Austral Accounting who is going to be talking to us about tax. So sit back, have that scone, you'll go to the gym later. Lynette, hello.
How's it? How are you?
How are you?
Good, good.
I know people get a little bit tense when it comes to tax,
Yeah.
but you know what? It's a conversation that we cannot run away from. So we're going to be talking about tax deadlines for the rest of the year. So can you kindly just talk to us about that?
Okay, so the first one that we've just started yesterday is the mid-year employer recon season. It started on the 13th of September and will run until the 31st of October. So that's a process where we tally up our PAYE and UIF that we deducted from our staff, and we declare that to SARS and make sure that everything balances. The important thing here is it is a mid-year recon to make sure that you meet the deadline and that it gets done as quickly as possible to make sure that we avoid all penalties from late submission. Now, SARS has gone on an extensive drive to extend admin penalties into all fields. So now 501 has come under the firing spot. So if you haven't filed those final returns or those mid-year recons, they are now levying an admin penalty against non-submission and late submission. So there's a couple of things to watch out for. If your business has received a notice from SARS saying that there's an admin penalty on those 501s, you cannot at the moment object to any of it or ask for remission. Via the e-filing system, they haven't built out their system functionalities enough yet. So it is a manual process, so you have to file an ADR1 or an ADR2. And the problem there is the time lag, again, because it's a manual process, it does normally exceed the 21 working days. So please be careful, get your things in on time and correctly. And if you're struggling, you know, ask for help. There is so many practitioners, accountants out there that can assist people. Like please do not get stuck, get it in such a mess that it's very hard to untangle. 100%. So that's the first one that is up now. Then at the moment we have a new UIF claim that is available for workers affected by the unrest.
People like me, guys, people like me.
So those are for businesses that have not started trading yet, that are busy rebuilding, and their staff is stuck at home. So a couple of takebacks from the WABU scheme is that it's delinked from our normal UIF benefits, which is good for employees. It is limited to a maximum of 3,500 Rand per employee. It gets paid directly to the employee, and the business must have been severely affected by this unrest. So we'll need a SARS case number, an affidavit, etc., that goes with the application. But then at least there's some support again for the staff. So those are ongoing at the moment. So the department will review those monthly and see how long it will stay as a benefit for the workers. So that's on at the moment. So make sure that you contact your accountant and get those things going as soon as possible as well.
100%.
Then obviously we are now ending into the end part of filing season for individuals. So as you know, normal taxpayers' deadline is the 23rd of November. Again, I'm going to say to people, filing season opened in July. We are now already on the 14th of September. Time goes so quickly. So get your documents together, get it to your tax professional, or get it done before that last push on the 23rd of November. Don't be late. Let's all just be as compliant as possible, because after that, we're going to see admin penalties. And then it's another pushback and a very unhappy taxpayer because you didn't comply to the filing deadlines.
I always say that there are two best friends that you need to have. The person at the bank and SARS. They need to be your BFFs so that you don't have issues. All right, so let's talk about the two non-provincial tax.
So the taxpayers that are provisional taxpayers, they will have until 31st of January to file, so they still have some time. But it's these non-provisional taxpayers that have to file by the 23rd of November. So get your things done. Let's just submit. Let's be compliant, and make filing season a little bit easier this year.
Yeah, 100%. So for if anyone wants to actually get your services, so what are your socials, where are you guys based, and so on and so forth?
So we an accounting and tax practice based in Mqhinga. We have all the socials, so you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Alternatively, just Google my business, Austral Accounting, and you'll definitely find directions right to my front door. Alternatively, just give us a call.
100%. So thank you very much for coming through. I know that every time you are here, I'm always learning something new, and I know at home you also feel the same, because at the end of the day, guys, if you have a business, it is very, very important for you to actually comply. Simple, straightforward, comply, get an accountant to do all those things for you if you know that you've got a busy, hectic business, but it's important to comply with SARS, guys. You will thank me later. Thank you very much, Lynette, for coming through.
Thank you.
So after the ad break, we're going straight for our Ballito, Miss Ballito showcase in Shayamanzi boat trip highlights. That's very interesting right after this.
Hi, I'm Diogo, and this is Peyton, and we're excited to tell you about our upcoming event, Pause for Peyton. But first, let me tell you a little bit about our superstar Peyton. Peyton was first diagnosed on the 22nd of June 2020 with ALL leukemia when she was just 2.5 years old. Acute lymphoblastic leukemia is a cancer of the blood and bone marrow that affects white blood cells. She's been in and out of hospital countless times and has endured a number of lumbar punctures, bone marrow extractions and chemo sessions. She's also had several blood transfusions and platelet transfusions. As we all know, cancer treatment is very costly, and even though she's on medical aid, the doctors, blood tests and COVID tests are not fully covered. While Peyton has been in remission since March, she still needs maintenance treatment. Her ongoing treatment includes going for blood tests every 4 weeks and a chemo session. She's also on chemo tablets that she takes at home. Due to this, her immune system is very weak and is kept at home in order to be safe at all times. Every 12 weeks, she goes for a lumbar puncture where chemo is injected into her bone marrow and fluid gets extracted to see if the cancer is still in remission. Her leukemia treatment is for a period of 3 years. Pause for Peyton is a fundraising walk for poochers and their owners taking place on Saturday, the 18th of September at CJ Kogan Park. The address is 20 Compensation Beach Road, directly opposite Contra Cafe. We'll have 2 walks due to COVID regulations, one kicking off at 8 AM and the other at 11 AM. There'll be a breakfast special at Contra for the early birds and a lunchtime special at Tasso's for the late risers. The walk is approximately 4 km long and starts off at Contra along the promenade and goes past Fiamma and back to Contra. There'll be a water station along the way to keep you and your pooch hydrated at all times. Be sure to stop at the photo booth to capture the moment with your fur baby. There'll be a gin special and walks available at Tasso's afterwards. The day's activities include the cutest doggy contest, kids dance-off shuffle contest, jumping castles, lucky draws, great prizes and giveaways, and much more. We're going to ask you to please support Cupcakes for Cancer, who will be selling cupcakes on the day, and the SANBS, who will be on site from 7 to 2, so that you can donate blood and be part of the solution, and also be educated on why your donations are so important and how important platelets are too. Book your spot. We are limited to 100 people per session. Community member pricing is 50 Rand per human and 10 Rand per doggy. Businesses can also enter and get involved at 200 Rand per staff and a minimum of 2 staff per business. 150 Rand of this gets donated directly to Peyton, and the remaining 50 is going towards a shirt with your logo on it to wear on the day. If you are unable to participate on the day and would still like to contribute, donations are greatly valued and appreciated. To donate, we ask you to visit www.backabuddy.co.za/Peyton-BAM. This event is brought to you by Collar & Comb Grooming Boutique, CMC Print, and Cindy Joubert Permanent Makeup and Lashes. Sponsors. This event would not be possible without the following sponsors, and we welcome others to jump on board too. CJ Kogan, Suzuki and Mitsubishi, Concha, Tassos, Easy Air, Ballito TV, Quick Spa, Cupcakes for Cancer, Natalie Skierpus Photography, Ballito Surf Co, Ballito Surf School, Beauty Edit, and Karoo Butcher. Links to follow on Peyton's story are facebook.com/dapperpeyton. To book, contact Cindy directly on 082 417 3281.
Welcome to the 2021 Miss Ballito finalists GMNC experience on Lake Jazini. The ladies in the entourage got to cruise in style on the luxurious boats that are fully serviced with a world-class crew who ensure you delicious meals, a safe cruise, great fishing, game viewing, and bird watching. Daily activities for the Miss Ballito team included yoga sessions, game viewing, and sightseeing whilst out on the tender boats, and a few of the contestants even tried their hands at tiger fishing.
Gonna
From photo shoots, fun jacuzzi time, to contestants getting to know each other better, and personal growth sessions, these young ambassadors had an experience of a lifetime, thanks to the amazing GMNC team and the partners who made this trip possible. Follow the Miss Ballito journey on their social media channels, and to experience GMNC, you can visit www.gmnc.co.za. Ballito TV is the proud broadcasting sponsor of Miss Ballito.
Welcome back, and right now we're going to be having our weather and surf report with Heili and Deon.
Good morning everyone and welcome to your weather for today, brought to you by Ballito Gas and Braai. Met die son wat al hoe warmer skyn, gaan ons almal ten minste 'n paar steke kry hierdie somer. En ja, ek praat nou net van muskietseisoen wat ook nader stap. Today will be humid and warm in Ballito with a high of 26 degrees and a low of 18 degrees. The real feel will be 28 degrees and the real feel shade 26 degrees. We have a northeasterly wind at 11 kilometers per hour and wind gusts at 19 kilometers per hour. Also 0% chance of showers. The sunrise will be at 5:46 a.m. and the sunset at 5:47 p.m. Pretoria has a high of 28 degrees and a low of 15 degrees. Joburg will have a high of 25 degrees and the low will be 15 degrees. And Cape Town, a high of 15 degrees and a low of 10 degrees. Next up will be your surf report brought to you by Tina Tin Skryfbehoeftes and Deon Bosman from Victory Surf. We'll see you tomorrow.
Morning Ballito and welcome to Tuesday morning's beach report. Well, what a cracker morning it's going to be. It's going to be light variable winds most of the day and beautiful 23 degrees. So we're definitely heading towards summer and some fun waves around with light easterlies around midday, but offshore right now and offshore again later this afternoon. So choose your beaches carefully. It's going to be really, really good surf and nice size swell at the moment as well. Once again, the bog looking the best of the pick and a couple of nice lefts and rights at the main beach. Enjoy your day. It's going to be a great one in Ballito. Have a great day. Bye.
Well, it's that time of the show I have to say goodbye. But before I do that, I'd just like to thank all the guests that actually came through, you at home for watching, and our sponsors as well as Zinga Africa for making me look so gorgeous every single morning. And coming up after GMNC, we have a Laugh Out Larry after the show. But don't forget to catch us every Monday to Friday between 6 and 7 a.m. If you miss it, don't forget to catch up for me. It's goodbye.